Hello, welcome back to the digital learning platform. In the last few classes, we were discussing about central level institutions and state level institutions which are promoting the entrepreneurship development in the country. This class, we are going to study about assistance by other organization and agency. Let us deal with them in detail. First one, FICCI, that is Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. So the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, this dates back to the days of British rule. It was set up in the year 1927 at the suggestion of Mahatma Gandhi, and it is considered as the oldest, largest apex body of the Indian business and a rallying point for Indian enterprise. So this FICCI articulates the views and concerns of the industry. So FICCI has more than 1,500 corporations across the country among its members, not to mention more than 500 chambers of commerce and business associations. This FICCI is headquartered in the heart of New Delhi and has a world-class infrastructure, and its executive committee is made up of industry leaders including your key innovators, employment providers and wealth creators. FICCI is an apex body which constantly interacts with the government. Now, with the government, they interact on the key issues like your economic issues, the works towards promoting global trade and investment, and they also act as an international business forum offering information and guidance to the investors from abroad. FICCI has links to the World Trade Organization, the United Industrial Development Organization, ILO, that is International Labour Organization, the World Bank, GATT, that is General Agreement on Trade and Tariff, or Tariff and Trade, and the other important organization. They also have a joint business council with the other nations as well. So these FICCI, they are considered as a platform. Now, platform for networking and concerns building in order to promote the entrepreneurship development, which will boost the economic development of the country. So these trends help both the Indian businessmen as well as the overseas businessmen succeed in abroad and succeed in India respectively. So this is about FICCI. The next organization is Confederation of Indian Industry, CII. So Confederation of Indian Industry is an organization of the industry by the industry to borrow a phrase. So it is non-governmental and non-profit, and it will help you in the promotion of the growth of the industry. So it will help you in promotion of the growth of the industry by working with the various industries and the government. So CII basically or primarily plays a proactive role in India's development process. So the CII works in a consultative capacity to improve the business atmosphere in the country and improves the efficiency also. As I told you, that they'll help you in the developmental process, India's developmental process. So the CII holds a national conference every year. Okay, they conduct the conference, national and international conference every year on the resource mobilization, or they also conduct these conferences and seminars on the issues, on the key issues of the country, respective to the each sectors. Okay, based on the different sectors. The CII also works towards harmonious relationship between the central and state governments. They have a good relation, or they maintain a good relationship between the central and the state governments, vital to the expanding business opportunities in the country as a whole. So in order to expand the business opportunities, or in order to provide the information to the entrepreneurs, okay, they work in harmonious relationship with these governments so that they can expand the employment or the business opportunity. So the CII has over 5,800 direct members from both the private and public sectors, and indirect membership runs to about 95,000. Okay, and they work closely with the government basically on this your policy issues, interfacing with the thought leaders, which will help you in the development process of the India. It offers a range of specialized services and global linkages, which is very useful for a business person trying to get started in India. The CII has also branch offices in the various countries like UK, Australia, US, France and Japan. Now, one of the major goals toward SSI is the institution of single window clearance system. Now, last class I had told you what a single window system is. So, this single window system will help you in ease of doing the business by streamlining the different processes and approvals. So, this is one of the major thing that the CII has taken, that is administration of single window clearance system for the enterprises or for all the businesses in India in order to start the new businesses in India. So this is about CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry. Moving ahead, MFI, that is Microfinance Institution. So microfinance institutions, they play a very important role in the microfinance space in India. So microfinance institution is an organization or they are association of the individuals which will help you in, which are established for the purpose of extending microfinance services to the small scale industries or the enterprises in India. So microfinance services refers to, now what is this microfinancial services? These microfinancial services are nothing but they will help you, or the institutions who are engaged in the provision of microfinance, they will provide this financial services to the low income clients, including the self-employed or the entrepreneurs. Basically they are providing the financial services to the low income people or the low income clients or the small scale industries or the cottage industries, tiny industries or the self-employed or the entrepreneurs. So they are the main players which will help you in providing or extending the microfinance. In addition to their core business include banks and insurance companies, even they provide what? The microfinancial services to the small scale industries in India. In the context of microfinance, financial services also include savings as well as credit. So microfinance activities usually includes the following. They provide you the small loans, typically this working capital is provided, then they will help you in securing the savings products, okay, then access to the repeat and larger loans based on the repayment of your repayment performance. So on the basis of the repayment performance to whom the money is given, they will help you in accessing to the big loans, huge loans or to the repeat loans. So this is about MFI, that is Microfinance Institution. Next one, PhD Chamber of Commerce, that is PHDCC. PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry was established in the year 1905 and is a proactive, dynamic, multi-state apex organization. Okay, and this is working at a grassroots level and they have got strong national and international linkages. So the chamber act as a catalyst in the promotion of your industry, trade and entrepreneurship. It also help you in the research based policy and it will help in positively impacting the economic growth and development of the nation. So this PhD chamber is more than an organization of the business community and its chosen motto is in community's life and part of it. So it is not only providing or helping in the or acting as a catalyst in the promotion of the industry and trade, but also believes in the community development also. It believes by providing or significantly contributing to the socio-economic development and capacity building in the various fields. So this PhD commerce, as I have told you, economic development, economic growth, it positively impacts and entirely impacting the development of the nation. So this PhD chamber's geographical span covers the 11 states like your Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Delhi, Haryana and many more to name. Apart from its headquarters in Delhi, the chamber has regional offices in Jammu, Shimla, Chandigarh, Lucknow, Jaipur and Bhopal. So PhD, role of PhD, networking opportunities. So PhD chamber, they provide excellent networking opportunities with the government officials. They have good networking base with the government officials, then diplomats, then the leading names from all the spheres of life, especially your business peers. Okay. Second thing is stay ahead of competition. Now, how is PhD commerce helping in staying ahead of the competition? Is they're providing you regularly the customized and the value added information ranging from your business opportunities to the important policy changes that have happened in the area of business, so that the people can walk in constant with the competition or they can stay ahead of the competition. Next one, they constantly interface or interact with the government regarding the problems. Okay, regarding the problems, companies for getting their problems redressed. Okay, if the companies have got any problems, okay, those problems are redressed by PhD by interacting with the government, and they also interface with the government by asking them to suggest, put the relevant government authorities at the central and state level, and they interact with the government officials and the submission of the memoranda and representations. Okay, next one is advisory role in policy formation. PhD chamber is represented on more than 130 central and state advisory consultative bodies. So both the central and state government consult PhD chamber before formulating or before announcing any major economic or industrial policy. So the government, before announcing or before formulating any economic policies or industrial policies, what do? They interact with the PhD chamber of commerce and then they announce it. Okay, contribute on the topical issues, your topical issues. Okay, such issues, PhD operates through various expert committees, various task forces comprising of the representatives of the member companies, and they discuss on the most important important issues of the industries in the country. Advisory services to the business. With the in-house expertise at PhD chamber, they provide business advice to the Indian companies on the most aspects of the business, like your national and regional economic, industry related issues, corporate issues, taxation, finance and banking, human resource, technology and many other things. Research and policy papers, they provide this information which is backed by research background and policy papers on topical issues to inform or to initiate the informed debate and discussion. So they give you the information, and those information are very reliable because it is backed by a researched background and policy papers as well. Okay, taking industry global. They provide information on the business opportunities which is there in abroad, and a platform also to interact with the foreign business investors or the delegations. It will help you in exploring the possibilities for enhancing the two-way trade. Certification services, they will help you in issuing the certificate of origin to Indian exporters and also assess the commercial documents of various types. Capacity building, how does this organization help you in the capacity building? Is they conduct various training programs. They also organize the focused entrepreneurial campaigns, training campaigns. Through these things, they endeavor towards the capacity building in the country. Okay. Last thing is social responsibility. They will help in discharging the social responsibility because they have got 3 voluntary organization which is fulfilling its commitment to the cause of socio-economic development. So when I was explaining to you about the PhD in the beginning, I have told you that PhD Chamber of Commerce is not only providing or not only extending the extending the finance, but also helping in the socio-economic development of the country by in the social responsibility. The social responsibility they are discharging, and they have got 3 voluntary organizations for discharging the same. So here we finish off with the 4 agencies. In the remaining classes, we will discuss about the other agencies which is into this promotion of trade, industry, commerce, and also the development of entrepreneurship in India. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for